Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Today we're doing part 3 of struggles VAs face and how to fix them. What are you struggling with in your VA business? Today's quote is from Oprah Winfrey, "Where there is no struggle, there is no strength." I like this quote for today's episode because with support, you can move through whatever it is you're struggling with, and you're going to be stronger on the other side of it. Let's go. We are back with part 3 of struggles VAs face and how to fix them. A quick recap, if you haven't listened to the other 2 episodes yet, a few years ago I hosted a VA conference in Calgary. I asked the VAs in the room to privately share with me their biggest struggle in their VA business. They just filled in a form that was sitting on their table that got collected. And usually the reason I ask for this at my live events is so that I can tailor the content of the event to help the people in the room the most. This was actually eye-opening because many of the responses, seriously, most of them, the 56 responses that I received, were not about getting clients. And to contrast this, when VAs answer the questions I ask to allow them into my Facebook group, or when I post in a group asking what their issue is, the biggest answer is getting clients, most of the time. So I think that the reason these answers were different at the conference was that it was confidential. Or maybe we just really got into a conversation about what we were struggling with and it made it easier for them to share. VAs do struggle with a lot of things, and we don't talk about it nearly enough. I think that's why I got such awesome shares at the conference, because it was confidential. So I wanted to dedicate a few episodes of the podcast to helping you with the struggles that you might be facing, but that you're not talking about. When I know what you need help with, I can help you. So today I'm going to focus on 3 more things that VAs struggle with, and they are not related to finding clients or getting clients. Of course they are, but they don't directly mention it. So today we're going to talk about stop spinning your wheels, finding an interesting name, and selling my abilities. I like this list. It's totally disjointed. It's stuff that comes up in my conversations with VAs on a regular basis, but nothing that they ever pinpoint as one of their biggest issues or struggles whenever they're asked about it. So let's get going. Stop spinning your wheels. Repeat after me. Done is better than perfect. VAs are famous for spinning their wheels, staying in one place, not advancing, not moving forward. I tell them to take a step and they're scared. There's so much to be scared of, so I get it. Or maybe not even scared, but nervous about. We're worried that we're going to do the wrong thing all the time. But guess what? Doing nothing is the wrong thing too, every single time. When you do nothing because you aren't sure how to move forward, you're making a huge mistake. You have to move forward in order to build and to grow and to learn and to succeed. So how do we stop spinning our wheels? All we have to do is move. We take one step, we take another step, and we keep on going. But what if we're nervous? Well, then we get advice. We get support. We talk to someone, and then you decide what to do. The decision piece is the most important part. I will tell you, if you can master decision making, you're going to rock as a business owner. You get to make all the decisions in your business. At the same time, you have to make all the decisions in your business. To make a decision, what do you need to do? What would you do if you were doing it for a client? You would gather all the facts. You would weigh the pros and cons, and then you would choose. And you have to do the same thing for yourself. It's not hard to do, but not being able to do it can still leave us spinning those wheels. Get good at that, and you're going to be good at business. Number 2 is finding an interesting name. I can assure you, no one cares about your business name. No one except you. I know that sounds harsh, but it's something, if that's something that's keeping you stuck where you are going to struggle in business. Not that business names are lame, they aren't. If you have a company and you want to be known by that name, that's awesome. But I can 100% assure you that nobody will not do business with you because your name is good or bad. That sounds like a triple negative. You're not going to lose clients because of your business name. We think that people need to remember our business and we need to be memorable, and that's what we get really stuck on. But this excuse is an excuse to stay stuck, and a lot of VAs make it. They get stuck in the colors and the branding and the website and the fonts, and they lose sight of the whole idea that business, your VA business, is about providing services to their clients, to helping them. If you help people, they will work with you, and they can't work with you if they don't know you exist. So if you're still not getting clients because you don't know what to call yourself, then I want you to do this right now. Use your name. Add VA to the end of it if you want to, but use your name. It's you. It's unique. It's the most unique VA name there is. It's memorable. It's searchable, and it has history. VA Gal Friday might sound good to you, but clients often struggle to remember company names, but they won't forget your name if they've made a connection with you. It also makes it so much easier to connect with people on social media. Use your real name and they won't have to remember what your company name is. Now, I'm not opposed to naming your company and branding and all that stuff, but if that's what you're stuck on, you got to move. Use your own name until you figure it out. Don't let that stop you from starting your business and getting clients. Without clients, you have no business. And as far as I'm concerned, you'll probably move to your own name at some point anyway, and you'll likely buy your URL. At least you should. So just do it from the start and get yourself moving. Selling my abilities. This is the last struggle for today. I have trouble selling my abilities. What does that mean? Well, in my estimation, it means I'm not convinced that I can sell someone into using my services. So let's break this down. I'm not convinced. You need to be the first one to believe that you can help your clients. If you don't believe it, they definitely will not. This begins with offering services that you know how to do, inside and out. I always tell you, do what you know best, especially when you're starting out. Business is hard enough to get going, setting up, finding clients, and everything else, and it makes it even harder on yourself to be trying to sell a service that you aren't 100% confident in providing. So when you do what you know, you don't have to worry about that part. You have the confidence that you can help the client do XYZ. You are convinced that you can help them. You know you can. That's part one. The next part, that I can sell someone. Oh my goodness, don't sell anyone anything they don't need or want. The word sales or sell gets such a bad rap in business. Nobody likes to be sold to. I think I said this exact sentence about 12 times already today to VAs just like you. No one likes to feel like they're being pressured into buying something that they don't need or that they don't want. So just don't do it. I teach you to have sales conversations, but they are just that. They're conversations. It's a two-way conversation with someone about business. It's called a sales conversation because if you come to the end of it and you decide you want to do business together, then you make the sale. But the objective of the call is not to make the sale, not even close. I'm going to say that again. The objective of the sales conversation or discovery call, if you prefer to call it that, is not to make a sale. You are not trying to make a sale, not even close. Write that down if you didn't already. The objective of the call is to ask the client questions about what they need help with and to determine if you can help them. Do they need a website? Yes. Do you do websites? No. So you can't help them. That's what we're looking for. Do they need client care help or customer service? Yes. Do you do customer service? Yes. Excellent. How many clients do they have? How do they work with their clients? What kinds of communications do they send their clients? What kind of tracking do they need? What kind of reporting do they do? What systems do they use? Etc., etc., etc. Can you help them? Yes. Great. Let's talk budget. There's your part two. No selling at all involved. Just talking. And the third part is about your abilities. When we aren't sure we can help someone, our self-confidence can take a dive. So let's look at that. What aren't you sure about your abilities? If you haven't got experience, you better go get some. Be your first client. If you aren't sure how to translate your skills from a job to a virtual role, you better do that. YouTube is your best friend, and so are your VA colleagues, actually. If you aren't sure you're good enough, make a list of all the things you know how to do, like really know how to do, and find a solid community that you can get support from. We don't need to work alone, and we shouldn't work alone. We need to be talking out loud every day about how awesome we are, and we need others to go, yeah, you are. And we need to tell others how awesome they are too. It's a full circle. If you aren't confident in selling your abilities to your clients, you need to do two things. You need to do the things you're going to do for them and talk to others about what you do. I think you'll be surprised at how quickly your negative mindset turns to positive when you send out a MailChimp newsletter, even if it's just to yourself or your mom, I always say, or when you write up a procedure to publish a blog post for a client. You know how to do the stuff. Even if you aren't doing the stuff right now, you have to go through the motions, be your first client, get the work done, and do it confidently. Learn to talk about it so that your clients are going to feel confident hiring you. Imagine if you went to McDonald's and asked them if they could make you a Big Mac, and they were like, okay, well, maybe. What's on it? How much is it? When do you need it? I'm joking, of course. I love my McDonald's examples, but when you go in there, you say, I'll have a Big Mac, and they say, sure. Would you like the meal? And you say maybe yes, maybe no. And what would you like to drink? They ask you. Would you like donuts or cookies or whatever? That'll be $25. It'll be ready in 2 minutes. That's what makes you confident enough to go and order a Big Mac at McDonald's whenever you need one. They're good at it. And you're good at what you do too, but you have to help yourself see that you are. And you have to show yourself that you are, and you have to show others that you are. All right, so there we go. 3 more struggles handled. Not too hard. Very, very simple fixes for these things, even though they seem like they are giant boulders in front of you. I'm going to leave the series off for a bit now, but I'll come back to it. And if you're dealing with any of the 10 things that I've covered over the last 3 episodes, I want to help you move through them. You can totally do it. I have complete faith in you, and I'm so, so proud of you. Let's circle back quickly to today's quote. It's Oprah, speaking of confidence. Where there is no struggle, there is no strength. You gain your strength from the things that you figure out, the things that you work through, the things that you research and learn from, and many times that means getting support to go through it. Let's find your strength together. I am here to help you. It's the only reason I'm here at all, as a matter of fact, to help you become a ridiculously good VA. I've helped hundreds of VAs through challenges just like the ones you're going through, and I've gotten them on their way to growing their business and the lifestyle that they dream of, that you dream of, and I'd love to do the same thing for you. We can work together privately in my monthly mastermind group, or you can enroll in some of my self-study trainings. I have plenty of options to help you get where you want to go. You can check them out in the show notes for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Ridiculously Good VA Show. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. For more great resources for your VA business, visit my website at yourvamentor.com. I'll see you back here next time.